Jai Shri Mataji. So hi everyone, my name is Christopher Greaves. I live in Bristol in England and I'm going to introduce this meeting tonight. I thought that I would begin by talking about a book I've just written, which is about to be published, was to be published today, but there's been a slight hitch, but very soon. And this is a book about wisdom. So I'll talk about that a little bit, and then I'll play an extract from a Ram Puja in Switzerland, about 10 minutes talk of Sri Mataji there, and then we'll have a brief guided meditation and some meditative music to finish with. So Sri Mataji, I've written all my life. Sri Mataji asked me or told me to write a book about Sahaja Yoga itself, that's Sahaja, and a book about art, which occupied me for a very long time, and it came out a couple of years ago, Art, Love and Truth. This new book is also something I've contemplated for a long time on the subject of wisdom. If we say wise or unwise, we know roughly what we mean. It's obvious enough. But the more one looks into wisdom, what it is, what it actually is, and how it's different from other things, It's a very mysterious subject, and I've pondered it, as I say, for a long time. And then a couple of years ago, I really thought it's now or never. I must try to write this book and open myself up as far as possible to inspiration. And I was quite surprised at the things that came out. So this book is called The Pearl of Wisdom, and it starts off with a bit about a prologue, really, about the importance of wisdom, that whatever other thing we can think of, love, for example, without wisdom, is it even really love? Or if we think of having spiritual visions, if there's no wisdom there, then are they really true visions, or are they coming from the superconscious or the subconscious? And so on. So I feel personally that wisdom is really the quintessential quality. It's obviously an aspect of innocence, as we know, and that too is the quintessential quality. So this book tries to look into the principles of it, but the other aspect of the book is, why is it that wisdom it was so neglected in our present culture, as I feel it is? It's not spoken of very much. And even among yogis, I don't think we talk about it very much. In a way, it protects itself, because if you say, oh, I'm very wise, yes, I've studied wisdom for a long time, that is about the most unwise thing one can say. So that's one of the reasons it's so mysterious. But still, I wanted myself to try to understand more about wisdom, and this is what I've tried to do here. So the problem really is not so much stupidity as the opposite of wisdom, it's more the false kinds of wisdom that are current in our culture. One is the left side, the organized religions, the way they've tried to expropriate wisdom, we could say this, and kind of own it themselves. Also, I would say the whole self-help industry is more on that left, feely, touchy-feely side of things. But neither of them seem to me so powerful these days by any stretch of the imagination as the ego side of it, the right side, what I call the supraconscious project. And I've looked at this in my book on art as well. I feel it's something we don't understand very well because it's all around us. It so permeates our culture that we don't see it. We take it for granted. And I'm not going to talk for very long, don't worry, but I just say a little bit about this supraconscious project and how the way I look at it in the book is that it generates these moods, and these moods appear throughout our culture, in the media mainly. That's where they're generated. But of course, we pick up on them. And these moods I call the problematical, the transgressive, the frivolous, and the sentimental. And the most important one is the problematical. Now, this is the way that the ego constructs everything, events, the flow of life itself, as a problem or a series of problems. So this is very clear when we look at the media today. It's telling us there's a cost of living crisis, there's a climate crisis, there's a problem here, a problem there. The problems can be big or small. Then, of course, there are the personal problems. We tend to talk in terms of, I have this problem, I've got a problem, he's got a problem, she's got a problem, and so on. And on it goes. And the corollary of this, the other side of it is it's a very sort of quasi-mathematical way of talking about it, a problem, or sort of pseudo-scientific way. And the other side of it is, if there's a problem, there must be a solution. There must be a perfect solution to every problem. And this is in itself a big problem because it really distorts reality. If we think there's a solution, it means that generally, in terms of society at large, that a great deal of social engineering is going to be involved. Also biological engineering. These days we're talking, or the right-sided supraconscious influenced people are talking about AI and how our evolution is going to turn us into sort of man-machines somehow, kind of hybrid forms of AI-enhanced humanity, which to me is absurd. I mean, this is not Sahaj at all. This is way off in an artificial kind of pseudo-evolution, and a dangerous idea. So the opposite, I mean, to give an example of what would be another way of looking at it, I quote, or I refer to a little story told by the pianist, great pianist Herbie Hancock, who was playing, this was in the 1960s at a concert in Germany, when he was with the Miles Davis Quintet, if you know Miles Davis, the famous trumpeter. Sri Mataji once told me to give him his realization. And Herbie was playing piano. He was sort of accompanying Miles, who was soloing. And suddenly he played this very emphatic chord, but totally wrong. It was hideous, which was very unusual for him to do. And he just put his head in his hands and just didn't play at all for about a minute. But what he noticed was that Miles on the trumpet didn't react against it at all. He just saw it not as a problem, but as an event. And he was able, through the notes that he played, to turn that wrong note into something that made musical sense, that was a right note, and so on. And Herbie Hancock took the message from this, not just about music, but about life itself, that this is really the way to behave, witnessing rather than reacting. So this is one thing I talk about a lot in the book, but it's not the book isn't at all, I should say, a lecture or a sermon. It's not written like that at all. It's more of an investigation, and in particular, this investigation into the crime of why wisdom is neglected in our culture. It's partly because this supraconscious project wants to kind of computerize everything. And if you could computerize every problem so that you could plan ahead for it with some sort of pre-planned solution, then it's all worked out for you. And there's no scope at all for what I understand, what we understand as wisdom, which is the play of the divine through inspiration from the unconscious, not the superconscious. So that's something about this book, which as it goes on, I mean, I talked about these other moods too, the frivolous, which is sort of the opposite of the problematical, when the ego just gets tired of all the time talking about problems and how worried should we be and so on, then it just switches off, and somehow mysteriously it turns over to this frivolous mood of entertaining itself by watching Love Island or whatever it is. And this is equally unwise, has nothing to do with wisdom at all. And those other moods, the transgressive, which is very powerful now, and the sentimental, which is a sort of pseudo compassion, play a big part in this obstruction of wisdom and obstruction of the whole evolution through Sahaja Yoga, through Kundalini awakening. Wisdom, I feel, one last thing to say about it is that it doesn't just come about by meditating. It'd be very nice if it did, but actually one of the things Sri Mataji has said is that the Kundalini doesn't pass through the Hamsa chakra. It tends to go straight from the Vishuddhi up to the Agya, above the Hamsa. And yet wisdom has so much to do with this Hamsa, with its quality of discrimination, of knowing when it is right to burn your bridges and when it's right to cross your bridges, when it's right to be patriotic, but not so much so that one slips into being nationalistic, when it's right to be quiet and say nothing in a situation, which is quite often, but when it is also the opposite is true, that one has to speak out, it's right, one has to defend oneself and so on. And so there's no set, there's no catalogue that one can refer to for every eventuality. It's only through our witnessing and having that innocent strength of personality to be able to be wise in every different situation, allowing for the fact that one may make a mistake, but not to worry about that. As Sri Mataji once said to me, don't be afraid of making mistakes. So that's how we learn. So that's something about this book, The Pearl of Wisdom, which is, The Pearl of Wisdom is a story, a folk tale that I tell. There's lots of other stories, folk fairy tales, anecdotes, and so on in the book to try and make it entertaining. And so now, if Priti could turn on to this talk of Sri Mataji's, which is Sri Ram Puja in Switzerland in 1987. And it's a long talk, but we're joining it about 40 minutes in, where she's talking about some of the things that I've just mentioned. Okay. Okay.
Then they would not have done all these things. That's the sign of a person who is either possessed and under the influence of the possession, he's doing that, or he's too weak and he's possessed by his anger because he doesn't have that much power to bear anything. The most powerful thing is the Mother Earth because she has the power to bear. The one who has the power to bear is the powerful. The one who does not have any power to bear, I can't bear, I don't like, I did. Such a person is a useless thing for this earth, and sometimes I feel why God created them. It's a headache to have a person around you. I can't eat this, I don't like this, I did. Then why are you here? Nobody likes you either. No one likes such a person, and that's why that person is always, I don't like this, I don't like that. So the power of a person lies in bearing things. How much you can bear, how much you can undergo without feeling it. Like you are, say, in the jungle, you are happy. If you are in a palace, you are happy. If you are with this color or that color, if you are with this race or that race, if you are with this kind of life or that kind of life, you can bear it. And that bearing power gives you the caliber to have Sahaja Yoga. It's not that this is shown, it's not that is being suffered. Don't have to say, I suffer being like this. No, you don't suffer. It's just by the way. For a person who wants all the comforts, a person who wants to live with all the luxuries, but not with any kind of defects or any deficiencies, is a person, is a beggar, I would say, in every sense of the word. I mean, best things to get rid of problems is not to have them. in the sense, now I don't drive, so I have no problem of driving. I never telephone, so I don't have problems of telephones. I don't go to the banks, so I don't have problems of the banks. The best is I don't have any income, so I have no problem of income tax. Whatever bothers you, you just don't have it. Why do you want to have it? Have it and then bother about it. It's very funny that you can get rid of anything that bothers you very easily in this world, so you need not have that kind of a thing on your head. But when the word problem, especially in the European community, problem is a very common word. But in English language, we never learned this word, problem. You see, only the problem was used when we were studying geometry. Geometrical problem, but we never knew there's a problem in life. Later on, when I came in contact with European community, they'll say, there's no problem. This is the problem. At least in one day, 100 times, they say problem word. So, for a problem, the solution is not to have that thing which gives you problem. You can give up anything. Anything that you want, you can give up if you know how to detach yourself from that. Many people come and tell me, Mother, we have an ego. That's the problem. I said, then give up. I mean, it's simple. Why do you have it? As if, you see, they want to say that we have trouble with this thing, but still we are clinging on to it. Like we are afraid of a crocodile, but we want to put our foot into the mouth of the crocodile. And we have a problem that our foot will be eaten up by the crocodile. Now give up. But they will search out a crocodile, open the mouth and put the foot in it. And then come to me and say, Mother, we have a problem. My foot is in the mouth of the crocodile. To get to problems, you have to get to it. But without getting to it, how will you get a problem? Say, for example, people have very silly, stupid problems. Now, the first problem somebody may have, oh, I have to get my clothes pressed. What's the need? No problem, wear them as they are. Who looks at you? You see, there are all the people who have pressed clothes. Doesn't matter what is there if it is not pressed. It's a problem for them. It's silly things like that. You see, very silly things. But the greatest problem I think you have is your watch. In Switzerland, I shouldn't say so. You see, the problem is like this, that now you have to go to the airport. Now, as soon as you tell somebody, you have to go to the airport. Now, I have to go. You don't have to. Everybody gets sort of a jumping, as if standing on a jumping board. You see all of them jumping like that. What's the matter? Mother, you have to go to the airport. So it's all right, I have to go. What's wrong with it? It's a problem. I said, what's the problem? I have to go. You just know that you don't have to go at all. I don't have to come to the airport. And the aeroplane, if it comes and doesn't take me, I'm not going to come back on your heads. So I'll stay in a hotel. Don't you worry. But why are you so excited about it? The way people are excited that I must catch the plane, sometimes I feel as if they want to get rid of me. So, this is a problem for people who are very meticulous. Now, supposing I say, I know that the plane won't leave me. I know, because I know many things. So I have no problems. But supposing, even if you think the plane you may not get. So it may not get. But if it gets you, all right. If it doesn't get you, it's all right. So where is the problem? Either it will take you or it will not take you. What is in between? Where is the problem? I still don't understand. Either it will work out or it will not work out. Keep two possibilities. That's the only two possibilities. What is the third possibility that gives you the problem, you tell me? Say somebody owes me money, all right. So either he will give me or he may not give me. What is the problem? The problem is that you call it a problem and want to avoid to face the truth. If you face the truth, you will know one thing, that see, now this man has to give me money, all right, I'll go and face it. I'll tell him, sir, you have to give me the money. You have to pay me. This is your duty. And if you don't pay me, you are doing wrong. You get at him and face him and tell him. But you won't do that. You'll sit at home, oh God, it's a problem. I have to, you see, that man is not giving money. Oh God, that's a problem. Sitting here, hitting your head all the time. How will you get it? If you face it directly, then you'll be amazed. There's no problem for anything. Say your car fails. So it fails. Get down, enjoy yourself nicely till somebody comes along, takes you. Or if, supposing you don't get some lift, all right, stay there overnight. What is it? No tiger is going to eat you. And if the tiger has to eat you, it will eat. Where is the problem? Still I can't see. I can't see the problem. If tiger has to eat, that's already destined that the tiger has to eat. In any case, nobody dies. You'll be born again. If you look at it from that angle, then you'll be surprised. Most of the problems do not exist. They are like bubbles, created by our own thinking, the waves of our thinking. This is the problem, that is the problem. Like today they said there is no hall on such and such date, all right. Where are you having the hall? There. If there's no hall, let us have it in the open. So to make the best of it is the way Sri Rama shows you. Now, what is the way he has helped us? Let us see. Sri Rama, by his character, by his balance, his peace, and his mildness and his sweetness, has shown us how a king should be a benevolent king, and at the same time a very loving husband and a loving father and a person in dharma. But apart from that, he went down to Maharashtra.
Okay. Wait a minute. So I'm going to give a short guided meditation now, and then we'll have some music. So if we put our attention to the Muladhara chakra, the innocence and the wisdom of this chakra. And we just say inwardly, Mother, may this great quality of wisdom be established within me. May its foundation be firmly established within me. Now, if we put the right hand on the left Swadhisthana, above the left hip, and we say, Mother, please give me the pure knowledge to see what is ego and what is conditioning and what is truth. Please give me that pure knowledge. May it be awakened fully within me. And if we move the right hand up to the heart, and we say, Mother, please, may I understand that love is wisdom and wisdom is love. Then if we move the right hand up to the left Vishuddhi, left side of the neck, and here we can say, Mother, may this quality of wisdom shine forth from me. May it not be restricted by any guilt, shame, doubt, or lack of confidence in myself. May wisdom shine forth from me and in me. And then if we put the right hand across the agya, across the forehead, and as with everything, the forgiveness is vital to the expression of wisdom. So, Mother, I forgive everyone. And Mother, I forgive myself. Then if we put the right hand to the back of the head and we ask for forgiveness here. Mother, for any mistakes I've made, may I be forgiven. May this wisdom illuminate my Agya chakra. May it shine within and without. May this Agya be a pearl of wisdom. And Then lastly, the hand on top of the head, the Sahasrara. And here we say, Mother, may this wisdom be established in my yoga. May I, in my yoga, be established in wisdom. Okay, so if we put the hand back down, and we're going to play some meditative music. This is the great sitar player Vilayat Khan. This is midway through the long alap of a piece called Rag Charja, which has a unusual Middle Eastern flavor. It's very beautiful. Okay, so Pretty will put that on. Okay, that's good. Excellent. Thank you, Matthew. Bye-bye. Thank you. That's good. Yes, yes, yes.